One of the top trending games that we have ever since pandemic is Persona 5 Striker. Persona 5 Strikers feels like a true Persona game while belonging to a different genre altogether. When the character all drive into a new jail theme after the Draconian castle, we still move through the shadows. This may be a Mosu game, but we're still a phantom team. As in the RPG, I sneak up to the enemies and initiate combat with stealth attack, but when the battle erupts, I'm relieved of my menus and thrown into the mostly real-time brawls.
Number 2.
Second one is Hitman 3. Everyone know what is Hitman 3, right? Hitman 3 is relatively simple, more of the same sequel, a set of 5 new locations, plus an epilogue, with the new targets of Agent 47 to take down using some new toys and tactics.
Number 3.
Then we also have Valheim crafting and survival games, often involved into rough start and the bitter grind before players can get to a sweet experience of building a massive bases, hunting dangerous bosses, and conquering a hostile world. Even survival game success stories like Rust have received updates after release of make things easier and more accessible for new players.
Number 4.
We also have a Monster Hunter Rise. Well, Monster Hunter Rise takes the accessible foundation that Capcom built in a world and expand on it without breaking what makes monster hunting fun, including the deep combat and the feeling of progression as you defeat, skin, and wear one monster to fight the next. If World was the first forward into a new era of Monster Hunter, Rise takes even further.
Number 5.
Everyone, we all know what is League of Legends, right? Because that is our next game that is trending right now. League of Legends Wild Rift. Feels too good to be true, especially for the new or lapsed player. I saw the evolution of runes, survived the release Xin Xiao, and played literally thousands of games. I've seen some, I've also logged on less and less over the years. Well, I still like League of Legends, and at least theoretically, I just don't have time to invest 40 minutes of games anymore. Well, I am intimidated by the new champions and their learning curve. Or I feel a little slow, stiff physically for a game with such a high skill of ceiling.
Number 6.
Well, next that we have is, you already know it, Among Us, right? It's a kind of a digital clue in which you're tasked with sussing out of imposter on your starship. Some players called crewmates are assigned to minigame style repair jobs around the ship, while the imposters set to quiet, disrupt, and kill the crewmates. Suspicious of someone? Call the meeting to discuss who might be the imposter. Then vote to throw them into the cold vacuum of space. Just be careful, because you could be wrong. Among Us is a childish, hand-drawn looks and PG-rated violence invoke early web games and has spiked among younger players recently.
Number 7.
Well, the last game that we have is Resident Evil 8. Well, Resident Evil 8 continues the tradition of balancing fear and power. It is a staple of the series. At the beginning of each game, the player meant to feel overwhelmed and confused. Likewise, game Ethan Winers is dropped into the middle of the widely unfamiliar situation. The game is a visually stunning ride with horror and gore visual and sounds, as well as the villain like the new and famous Lady Demetrius, the 9-foot vampire that dominates the game marketing. She and the other lords of the village conjure gleeful energy throughout the game, making the wild ride experience. So there you go everyone, that is our top trending games from 2020 to 2021. So how do you like it? Let me know what else is missing. So without further ado everyone, this is Kyle and this is Gamerbloo.